We stay on this topic now. According to Israeli media, European officials have issued a strong warning to Israel over its plans to annex parts of the occupied West Bank. The warning comes after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu signaled that Israel may move to annex areas in response to the UK, Canada, and Australia recognizing Palestine as a state. According to Israel's Channel 12, European officials cautioned that if Netanyahu and his government seek to destroy everything that has been built in the Middle East, they will face consequences. In a video message, Netanyahu claimed that countries recognizing Palestine are rewarding terrorism and insisted that Israel has long prevented the establishment of a Palestinian state. He also boasted that Israel has doubled the number of illegal Jewish settlements on occupied land and vowed to continue expanding them, declaring that the creation of a Palestinian state will not be allowed. Now we go back to Mark Sutherland for this discussion. Mark, thank you for staying with us. Building on your answer from our first discussion, you also mentioned the history of Denmark and how they were Jewish friendly back then, and now they've come up with recognizing Palestine. And now with key European countries divided on recognizing Palestine, how might this diplomatic rift affect the broader EU role in advancing or hindering a two-state solution?
Well, that's a very, very good question, because, and if you then come under the heading of a biblical rule, you then turn around and say that if you then come against the Jewish people, come against Israel, then you will then be caused to be divided. Genesis 12. People want to look that up. Go and have a look. Talks about that. And because all of this then plays out in the political arena, the fact is that these European countries, my opinion, are looking at their own demographics within their own country. And that's what they are then paying attention to. Plus, they are being challenged because a number of them, they actually don't. If you look at Canada, you look at France, you look at the UK, you look at Australia and France, you then turn around and think, well, do they actually value their nation state? Do they actually value their culture? Do they actually value Western culture? So this is also playing out. And again, you and I would need to sit down for 6 hours and have a conference on it. Asuma.
And so you also mentioned this, but if we don't have the 6 hours, so if you can briefly just touch down on, why are these countries in Europe accepting Palestine as a state and saying that this should keep the two-state solution alive? What's in it for them? Is it because they are trying to maybe try to leverage on getting more votes, or what is in it for these countries?
You could even go back to a book written by Bataillon, I believe in 2006, where it talks about dimitude. It talks about the fact that the French in 1973 turned around and made an agreement with a European Arab agreement in regard to oil. In regard to then saying, well, we're being asked to show Arabic culture in a good light. But what that then means is that then there is a clash of civilizations, of ideology and thought. So that is then playing out. But a number of Western capital cities, from London to Canada, France, and Australia, around the world, there is a combination of a left-wing ideology that want their utopian dream, and they are then tying up with Islamist ideology, and that is what is going on here. And there are other countries, including India, including Pakistan, where in regard to what they would view as terrorists, they will then not tolerate that. We have in the UK 45,000 people that MI5, MI6 are then aware of, who believe in an ideology that is not positive towards the UK. Other people can research and find that out. So it's a complete,
Yes.
assume it's a complete mixture of many things that we are seeing, which are playing out now, and it's
Yes.
not as idealistic and simple as some people think. Asuma.
Right. Thank you very much, Mark, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we stay on this region now. Meanwhile, the Israeli military